We're going to listen to Yasmin Al Nadheri. She's an activist from Yemen. She's currently living in Lebanon, where she's running the grassroots movement Peace Track, and she's working for women's voices to be heard at all levels of society. Yasmin, we'd like to hear your voice, please.
Thank you. Hello everyone. I'm Yasmin from Yemen, and I will be sharing with you today for the very first time my personal story. Lately, every single morning, I wake up, I open my eyes, and I start to have this long conversation with myself to convince me to wake up and start my daily struggles. Sometimes I feel like I just want to give up and stay in my bed. But I can't afford it. I can't afford to rest or admitting to weakness. I'm a single mother, and I have to take care of my daughter and my parents. And being strong is my only option. My life has changed so much because of the war. I have lost so many things. I lost my home, my job, my neighborhood, my country. This is war. It forces you to start over. And I'm not alone. This is the situation or the case of most of the Yemenis. They have lost so much. They even lost things more than I did. Surviving is not only about overcoming one unfortunate incident, but it's the art of resilience, hope, and strong will. Let me take you back to December 2013 to a military hospital compound during an emergency visit for me and my work colleagues. A band of terrorists attacked that hospital during my visit. And it was Al-Qaeda attack. And while I was waiting earlier in the hospital, I heard that I was informed that the president was coming, which alerted me to the situation and assisted me later on. This attack was targeting him, but in the line of fire, Yemenis from all walks of life were killed. Not even Yemenis, but also international aid workers, volunteer doctors, and medical staff. Bullets rained equally on everyone. And I can still hear the gunshots, the screaming actually after the gunshots. But more disturbingly was the silence that follows. And ironically, those dead people get more attention than those who are alive, who continue to live. And this day continues to haunt me as I had to call my family to say goodbye and to inform them why I was at that place and what I was doing. And I had to ask them to promise me that they will take care of my daughter, my only daughter. And in that nightmare, 56 people lost their lives. 200 were injured. I lost 3 of my work colleagues, and I could have been one of them. So to me, the cost of violence is very real. It is personal. This is Liane, my daughter. This was not it. After that, the worst happened. I was away abroad on a work mission when the war intensified and Sana'a airport was closed. I had left my daughter, who was 5 years old, back at home, back in Yemen. It was the hardest thing that I had ever go through. I mean, surviving a terrorist attack was even easier to me because back then I was alone facing death. But to imagine my daughter in that position and my family, not that I only felt helpless, but also I could not imagine life without them. So it took us almost 3 months to be reunited again, and it was the longest days of my life. And after that, until today, we've been living off our suitcases as a single mother in exile and her little girl. I feel I'm privileged to be able to take care of her, to feed her, and to keep her away from the violence in Amman, in Jordan. I mean, safety is a privilege. And in Yemen, nowadays, so is food. Yemen has become the worst place to live, especially if you are a woman. It is the worst humanitarian tragedy in the world. Up to 7 million people can no longer afford food, and they are actively starving. Mothers are searching for their disappearing sons. Women in besieged area are risking their lives, walking for hours just to provide food for their families. Girls who are revolting against hunger are beaten, detained, and abused. In this case, the only thing that you could do is that you help whomever you can. We stand for ourselves. We've been helping each other, like really working on solidarity in order to be able to help each other. These are mothers of abductees. In 2015, I co-founded an organization called the Peace Track Initiative. We believe that peace will not fall from the sky, but it will come from the local communities. We decided to work with women who are in the ground doing everything to help their communities and to bring peace to them. Women we are working with are contributing to resolving armed conflict disputes over water and land in remote areas. They are facilitating mediation to release detainees. They are actually negotiating with armed groups to reopen schools. Although Yemeni women are really active on the local level, but they are largely excluded from the Yemeni peace process, especially at the official tracks. We've been calling for women inclusion since the beginning of the war, but no one is listening to us. So recently, we decided that we will form a women delegation and just go. We're done calling for participation. We will be there because peace cannot be granted. It is always something that you claim for. And this is what I vote to do. So this is my story. Very quickly, I tried to know that my story is the story of Yemen. And I have to have an answer for my daughter's question. When is the war going to end in Yemen? This is what I am doing. This is what I tell her when I travel, that your mommy is working really hard to bring peace to your country and to provide you with a very peaceful homeland that would keep you safe and preserve your dignity. This is exactly what we are all looking for. Thank you very much.